on Madden Football. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Garoppolo looks to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's swung out wide to Harris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. But how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, first down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
Well, we've all seen what Tom Brady can do on a football field for a couple of decades now. But how about his most impressive accomplishment? Moving to a different franchise and taking them to a Super Bowl title as well. Not many players can continually stiff on Father Time the way that he has.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a play fake. Brady call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. That throw by Brady incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Again, it's Harris on second down. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more.
They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. The 20. 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have the coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point up and good by Suckup, and it's now 14-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. There's the stiff arm. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Ebron caught left side. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. A big play there on the fake field goal. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake. Harris. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
Oswald good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 41. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Airing this one out for Evans. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 72 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
21, 13.
Harris. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw complete there to Johnson.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Play action, Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point.
Yeah, big play there, and when you have a running back that you could use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Second and 7.
Garoppolo now. To the right side to Eric Ebron. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Garoppolo. He gets it complete to Harris. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Ebron with it over the middle. 3 yards the gain there, second down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Garoppolo looks to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 up to the 33. And Brady and the Buccaneers here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st down, Brady. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Cameron Hayward. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let one go deep for Howard. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Oh, now Miller slow in getting up. He's still down on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Second down at 7. Brady. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Jones again. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
3 yards the gain there, second down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking deep here for Ebron. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Brady now on 1st down. Jones has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Play action. Now it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now whistles here before the snap. Look like one of the Bucs may have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. O.J. Howard from 13 yards out. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is up to 18 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1, because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Garoppolo on 1st down. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. To throw is Garoppolo. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Shoves him away, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Steelers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. It's brought in by Harris. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Now this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. The Bucs on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. He'll try again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available. And
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
On 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. He finds his man. Complete. It's Harris. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 17-yard line. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed.
After reviewing the play, ruling on the field,
so they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
We got three, brother. We got three.
Garoppolo looking to throw for it, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bucs are on this one, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again, it's Jones. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On 3rd down, here's Jones. Gets past 1 man, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Let's go.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And they'll indeed take a knee. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And with that,